Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm really excited. We just finished from church and it was a blessed service. We were really blessed by the word of God. And after the service, I said, let me just sit down and film this video. And this video is going to be about modest winter essentials. Today, I am going to be talking to you all about some modest winter essentials. So how can you, as a modest lady, be modest and warm in the winter time? Someone on here on YouTube had asked if I can film a video on this topic, and also it was kind of in my mind because of course the weather has officially changed, and so it necessitates a video like this. Now, I've already written about this topic on my blog, and so I'm going to leave the link in the description box. I wrote it a few years ago, and so it definitely has more details that perhaps I may have missed in this video. My family immigrated to the United States almost 20 years ago. And when we first came into the States, of course, the weather here is a lot different than it is back home in Ghana, where we came from. And so there was a lot of talk about the importance of wearing trousers or pants, especially for myself, my mom, and my sister, so in order for us to be warm. And I thank God for my parents. My parents had convictions that a woman should not put on that which pertains unto a man. And that is a scripture in Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. Their conviction was so strong enough that even though we had migrated to the United States where it was a lot colder, they just knew and they trusted God that He would protect us and that He would make a way. He would lead us in how we should dress in such a way that will keep us warm and also obey the word of God. And so I thank God because over the years, the Lord has really kept us, my mom, my sister, and I. Those are some of the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you all, how we've been able to do that over the years. And so I really pray that you'll find this video useful and that you would also be able to apply it in your own modesty journey, especially when the weather gets colder. Alrighty, so I'm going to be going in a head to toe fashion. And so I'm going to be starting with the head. So of course, a lot of the heat, our body heat, is eliminated from our body from our heads. And so it is very important that if we want to keep warm, that we keep our heads covered. And so in the wintertime, especially when it's very, very cold, if you wear a hat, that will contain the body heat and will also keep you warm. It will keep your ears warm because a lot of times the cold is so brutal and it really causes the ears to be cold. And so if you wear a hat, you pull it down, it keeps your ears warm. You can also wear earmuffs as well to keep your ears warm. And then also, especially for those of us that have naturally curly hair, when you do wear a hat, you want to make sure that you're wearing hats that are lined with satin, or that you wear a satin bonnet, okay, before you wear your hat, because a lot of the hats are either made of cotton or a knitted fabric, and so it's important that you wear a satin inside of your hats before you put the hats on, because that will help to keep your curls protected as well, even as you're trying to keep warm. It'll help so that the fabric of the hat does not extract all of the moisture that is in your hair. All right, so another winter modest essential is turtlenecks. Personally, I love turtlenecks in the winter time. They keep me so warm. I mean, they come up here and it just keeps your body so warm, and I love it. The current ones that I have, it's actually just one turtleneck in different colors, and I purchased it from Macy's on the clearance racks. Turtlenecks are great pieces of clothing to have in your closet, especially in the winter time and when the weather gets colder. Also, sweaters and cardigans. Sweaters and cardigans are really, really good because especially when you wear your turtleneck, when you wear a sweater or a cardigan over that, that helps you to be extra, extra, extra warm. Recently, I did that, and I'll share the picture on the screen. I wore a sweater, a turtleneck, and then also a little cardigan over it. And it doesn't have to be boring. I mean, I think I look pretty good in that picture, right? You can be stylish and also still be modest and still keep yourself warm while it is cold. Now for sweaters and cardigans, you can literally get them anywhere. This black and white striped cardigan I'm wearing, I actually purchased it from TJ Maxx. I've gotten some from Macy's, from just different places. And so I would definitely encourage you to watch the video where I talked about where I shop for modest clothing to get a better idea of where I purchase these things from. Another modest winter essential is long skirts. Also skirts that are of a thicker fabric. So something like denim. Denim is a very good winter fabric because of course it's thicker, and so it helps to keep us warm. It's been a really long time since I actually purchased denim skirts, but I do have quite a number of denim skirts in my closet. Maybe one day I'll share I share all my denim skirts, but I have a few of them, and they really go a long way to keep us warm. When you wear a denim skirt and you wear your stockings or your tights and your boots, you're going to be warm. You're really going to be warm. I did find some denim skirts, modest denim skirts on Amazon. And so I'll go ahead and leave the links in the description box below for you. Also skirts that may not necessarily be denim skirts, but they are of a thicker fabric. Okay. So skirts that are fuller can also help to keep you warm, especially like, skirts that we wear to Sunday church, right? Personally, I don't wear denim to Sunday church. And so the skirts that I do have, they're of a fuller and a thicker fabric, and it helps to keep me warm on those Sunday mornings. All right, so now we're going to be talking about what to wear on the inside, okay? So it's important to wear all these external garments, but it's also important to wear things on the inside that will actually keep us warm from the inside out. And so one of those things is stockings or tights, okay? These are, typically what we wear from the bottom up, okay? And they really keep us warm. And in the past, I have found that there are different kinds. We have the lighter stockings on the market. They're a very light fabric. Those may not necessarily be the best to wear when it is winter. Maybe like in the fall or in the springtime, you could wear those. But for the winter time, if you really want to be warm, you have to be able to invest in thicker stockings and tights. And I'm going to show you one of them. So right here, this is one of mine. Whoops. This is one of mine, and it's gray in color, and it is thick. Now there are others that are even thicker than this. But if you look on the inside, it's almost like a fleece kind of thing that's going on there, and this is really good. Like when I wear this, I am warm. I have something like this also in black, okay, and it's long. And one of the things I love about these is that the foot is covered. When you're shopping, you want to look at the packaging really well and make sure that it says that it is footed, because this is really nice. Like if you wear some flats, you have your stockings, you have your skirt, and then you don't have to worry about wearing a pair of socks, when you're wearing those flats, because this would cover your feet really well. And so this is really good if you have little girls. There are plenty of these on the market, like in the stores, for little girls as well, to keep them warm. And so yeah, definitely invest in these types of tights. I also did see some of these on Amazon. I'll leave the links in the description below. This one I purchased from Marshall's, I believe, a few years ago, and I still use it, and they're very warm, and they're also very stretchy. And so definitely invest in some of these. They also come in different colors. Like I said, I have a couple of them in black. I have this gray one. They come in like red. They come in all kinds of colors. And so you can still be creative with your outfits, and you can still be stylish while keeping warm. When it comes to tights and stockings, we live in a generation now where people wear those things as an outer garment. Tights, stockings, and all of those inner thing or tighter pieces of clothing are inner garments. They are not outer garments. Sometimes people would just wear that, wear a long sweater over that, and wear some boots. That is not okay, especially for Christian women. That should not be something that we put on. Tights, stockings, all of those things are an inner garment, and they keep us warm on the inside. And then we wear our skirts over it, and we are extra warm, okay? So just make sure that you're not, adapting this fashion idea. Another important winter modest essential is knee-high socks. For me, on days that may not be super duper cold, let's say I'm going to the store or I just have to make a quick run or whatever it is, I just put a knee-high pair of socks on, and then I put my long boots on, I put my long skirt on, and I'm out of the house, and that keeps me really, really warm. Also, you can wear your knee-high socks even with your stockings just for extra warmth. And another thing I want to mention about stockings is that, remember when I talked about the lighter fabric stockings? So I remember when I was in nursing school, and even when I started working as a nurse, the place where I worked, only thing that we could wear is white. So if we wore stockings, the only color stockings that we could wear was white. And so those white stockings, I would buy the lighter ones, and then I would double up or sometimes even triple up. Like I'll wear the stockings, the lighter ones, 3 of them at a time. Yes. Eventually, my mom and I were able to get some thicker white ones, and so sometimes I would wear the lighter ones, just one of the lighter fabric, hosiery, like the stockings, and then I would wear a thick one over that. But if it was really cold, I would wear like 2 of the lighter ones and 1 of the thick one, and that really kept me warm. And the reason I would do that is that we couldn't also wear boots to work. We had to wear clogs or like nursing shoes, and so because of that, my legs needed to be warm, and at the time I would take the bus to work and things like that, so I needed to be warm. And so I would double up, I would triple up. Okay, so whatever it is that you have to do to keep warm, you need to be able to do that to keep your body warm and insulated. Yes, and so once again, knee-high socks are great. I did find some on Amazon, so I will also leave the links in the description below. Once again, they come in different colors, different patterns, and you can definitely be very stylish with your knee-high socks as well. Scarves are great because scarves really definitely help to keep our neck area warm. So if we expose our chest in the winter time, air is going to come into our chest, and that's how we get colds and we get upper respiratory illnesses. And so it's important to keep our chest area covered. I found that knitted scarves are such a great essential piece of item to have for the winter time. I remember a few years ago, I actually had a knitted scarf. It was my favorite scarf because it would keep me so warm. Like no matter how cold it was, this scarf was just amazing. And so right now I have this one here. I don't remember where I got this from, but it's pretty long. It's a knitted scarf, and usually all I do is I open it up here and then I just put it around my neck like this. And this helps to protect the air from coming to your chest area. Okay, so this is really good. You just tuck this into your cardigan or your coat, and that really helps to keep you very, very warm. Before I forget, when it comes to skirts, when you have skirts that are of a lighter fabric, what you can do is that you can wear a lighter fabric skirt underneath the lighter fabric skirt. Okay, does that make sense? So for example, this is a skirt that I have. This is a very, very light fabric. It's almost like a slip, but it's not. And so this skirt, especially when I go to work, I have to wear scrubs. And so a lot of times my scrubs are not thick enough to protect me from the cold. And so I would wear something like this underneath my scrub, okay? And nobody would even know that I'm wearing an extra skirt underneath my scrub, but it helps to keep me really warm. And so if you have like lighter skirts, or like maybe like a skirt that is a little bit too tight on your body, it fits you really, really well, you can definitely wear that underneath your skirts for extra warmth. All right, and so slips are great, but slips are too light. This is a little bit thicker than the slip. And so this really adds on and really, really helps me with keeping warm in the winter time. So yeah, even with your skirts, you can definitely double up. Also, this skirt is short as well. It's also a shorter skirt, so definitely double up to keep warm in the winter time. Another modest essential are gloves. In the past, I have found that gloves go a long way to keeping our fingers and our hands warm. Now, Of course, one of the challenges with gloves is, how do I access? Maybe I have to use my phone. There are like gloves that are specially made for that. I will leave a link in the description of one of the ones that I saw on Amazon. Coats, right? Coats and jackets. So of course, in the winter time, it's important to wear coats that will keep us warm. So we have like puffer coats, and then we have like wool coats. Okay. I have both of them. My wool coats, I'll wear it for church on Sundays, whereas my puffer coats are for like everyday type of use, like, when I go to work or just going out and things like that. I would recommend that you look for coats that have a hood. Because if you live in an environment where the winter can be pretty bad in terms of like blizzard and things like that, when you have a hood, that helps to also keep you extra warm and keeps you away from the violent weather. Like, some coats are lined with fur. Some coats have like extra layering, and so you want to open up the coat and really examine and make sure and put it on as well when you're in the store as much as you can, to see if it'll actually keep you warm. Another point also is that there are coats out there that actually goes all the way to the ankles. Personally, I have one of them, and I'm telling you, they're amazing. They keep you so incredibly warm, and so invest in one of those. My coats, I got them from Burlington, TJ Maxx, Macy's. Take advantage of, the online platforms of these stores. Hello, you all. So the coat section was definitely not the last section. I remembered while editing this video that I had a few footages from last year when I filmed a modest winter outfit. And so here are a few footages where I kind of just show you a typical outfit that I would wear outside when it was cold or when it is cold. And so here, as you saw, I have my turtleneck, I have this red cardigan, and then I also have this denim skirt. The turtleneck is from Macy's, the cardigan is from TJ Maxx online, the skirt is from Kohl's, and I've had it for years and years and years. And one of the things I actually almost forgot to mention is boots. And as you see here, I'm actually wearing the gray tights that I showed you all earlier. And these boots I purchased from Macy's. They're pretty high up. They tend to kind of ride down when I'm walking, but it's pretty high up, and it's actually suede in texture. This type of boots I have in my boots collection. I just like to wear on days that are dry. I will not wear boots, boots like this when it's actually raining or snowing, because then the rain and snow would just, penetrate into the boots and just make my socks all wet. And so, yeah, here is one of the coats that I showed you all in a picture. This one, I believe I got it from TJ Maxx online or Burlington. I don't remember which one, but this coat, I tell you, I think it's probably the most warmest coat that I have. It's really amazing. And so here I have another outfit pretty similar to the last one. I'm wearing a couple of the same things, the same turtleneck, but here I have a different cardigan, and then also I'm wearing a hat. This outfit, I actually wore it to church evening service. And then when I came, I said, oh, let me just film. I'm also going to be showing you my boots. And this is another pair of boots that I also like to have in my boots collection, which is leather. And this is the kind of boots that I would wear when it is snowing or when it is raining. Because it is leather, it really does not allow the water or the snow to penetrate into my socks. All right, another tip about boots is that you want to make sure that you buy boots that have some sort of a heel, not like a high heel, but a pretty sturdy and strong heel, because that is going to help to support you, especially if you live in places where there's a lot of snow. You don't want to have boots that are flat to the ground. You want to have something that has a little bit of a platform so that it really helps to support you when there's a lot of snow. All right, you all. So I think that is all that I have for you. Once again, if I missed anything, I will leave the blog post where I talked about all of these things in the description below. And so you can check it out for more details. One thing with dressing for the winter time is that we have a part to play, and God also has a part to play. The reality is that we are faced with the colder weather, but then there are resources out there that we can tap into, clothing that we can buy and gadgets that we can purchase that will keep us warm. And so you do your part, and God will do his part in keeping you warm and protected even in the harsh winter months. I really hope that you found this video a blessing. And for the person who requested this video, thank you. And I pray that this is helpful. If there are any further questions that you have, please, please, please leave them in the description box below, and I will do very, very well to answer those questions for you. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you in my next video.